There we go. It would help if I didn't turn on my camera and everything, wouldn't it? Hey, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining on the live stream here tonight, wherever you may be from, wherever you may be listening from. Just just a quick chat. I wanted to talk about a couple of things about the show, as well as a couple of things we're going to talk about, or maybe do during Let. Let's only a week away. So what are you going to do for Let? That's kind of one of the main topics. If you'd like to join me live, look at the link down in the comments below or on the screen here. If you are just sending us your comments as well, we'll get them on the show too. But we have big info on the show, so that's kind of where I want to start off with. Is that it's been very, very crazy busy lately with the show. It's been like I said, it's like a hobby. Like I said, it started off as a hobby, right? But now with it growing so much and so many guests on, so many guests coming back on the show, it's really kind of turning into a big hobby. So it's very, very good that way. Um, and matter of fact, just today I had two other interviews. Rushing home from work, and a very special interview with a guest from the National Acoustic Congress named Chris Flake, and we talked about kind of what's happening in the Acoustic Congress as of now. So that video will be coming out this week sometime. I'm not sure what date yet, but it will be coming out later this week, probably I would say Friday, maybe Saturday. It's about 15 minutes, real short and sweet. And again, it's just talking about Eucharist Congress, and really, I'm not trying to boast you or anything, but only a select number of media outlets got to interview people from the National Eucharistic Congress for a couple of days, and luckily that Catholic Table Talk was selected. We got on board, so that is pretty cool. So again, Chris Flake, go check him out. It's going to be up here in the next few days, so check that out as well. Also, we just have a lot of great show topics coming up here very soon. But before we get to that, I do want to talk about again Let a little bit, and maybe what are you doing for Let? So for me, I think it's about doing more this year than about doing less or giving up stuff. I don't mean doing less, because when we give up stuff, you're almost technically doing more. But what are you doing for Lent? Is there something that maybe you like to do more of, or something that you're really giving up? So for me, more try to be more involved in the Knights of Columbus in our parishes, whether that's serving pancake breakfast, serving a fish fry that way, as well as giving more to the poor, and that stuff, and the needy in the community. Of course, we always say it, but we always don't do it. So I'm gonna try to actually do it. And also just really, spending more time in prayer. Like I said, the podcasts have gotten so, you know, so busy that it's really hard for me to, you know, really focus on prayer or focus on other things. So trying to slowing that down and focusing more on prayer in that way as well. So that's what I'm kind of doing, as well as just really trying to read the Bible more, as less TV, more Bible, and less just technology as well. And really, and again, giving to the poor, it's more about giving what you've saved in the past a little bit. So I've been saving a little bit, right? But it's good in that. I mean, because you might say, okay, I'm gonna give up getting snacks at the convenience store. I'm gonna give up going out to eat, and then pretty much halfway through that, you're gonna end up with a lot of jingle in your pocket because it's like you're saving all that money. Um, but you could be doing that. You could be giving to the poor. I'm not saying give it all away still, but still have a big enough debt where if you're doing okay without that money that you're spending on snacks and going out to eat, I think you'd be doing okay if you're spending it on giving it to the poor. So, just an idea. So again, if what are you doing for that? If you're dropping down in the comments below or join us live, it's totally up to you. So, yes, again, we're only a week away from Ash Wednesday, and of course, it's a fast day, no meat. And are you a person who fasts basically throughout Lent? Right? I mean, technically, if you give up snacks, you're basically fasting. But are you giving up more than? Are you giving up more than that? Are you giving up maybe a meal a day? Or are you fasting on Wednesdays and Fridays? Or almost maybe 3 or 4 days a week. We did a show about a year and a half ago, or a good year ago, that it was Matt Plazek, and he talked about the importance and and the great graces and the great stuff that you can do while you're fast, and how many days the church actually fasted back in the day. It was like, and still technically you could fast is like how many, like the certain Sundays in the church you cannot get married on a Sunday. We just had World Marriage Day this past Sunday, but there's certain Sundays that you cannot get married in the Catholic Church, and that's the same thing. Same thing. There's like very still certain days that you should fast, and it's like it's almost. I almost want to say it was like a quarter or a third or something of the days of the year that you should probably still could fast, and that's kind of mind blowing in a way. So, do you fast all the time, or do you just kind of take off, or do you just fast on Ash Wednesday and Good Friday, and then what type of fast do you do? So, and I do say I am going to try to make a hard fast on Ash Wednesday and especially Good Friday still, and then Holy Saturday as well. So, and then also just making sure you have support and, you know, reaching out to people and see what they're doing for Let, and maybe you can have a little community and support each other throughout Let this year. That might be something new you could do too. Just an idea. So again, big info on the show. Now I got everything up and running again. So this week, again, we got a couple of videos coming out this week besides this live stream. So this week is jam packed for you. So live stream right now, you got the Thursday episode, which is okay not to like certain people. I kind of dabbled on ICE and then the other side of the protesters and all that. Where's the common Catholic line about that? So I kind of dive into that as a Catholic standpoint. Later this week, like I said, probably Friday or Saturday morning, we'll have the exclusive with the latest from the Congress with Chris Frick, who's the Vice President of Mission Achievement. And again, it's about a 15-minute video that you can watch. I said only select media outlets got to interview someone from the Congress, so that's pretty cool. Next Thursday, so a week from this Thursday, the 19th of February, we'll have an Exodus reflection. Going through the book of Exodus as of right now, and then soon I'll be going to Numbers. So what's kind of been the Exodus reflection that the spiritual guys been kind of reflecting on as I listen to it. So it's been pretty cool, and some of it is from I remember maybe from Bible in the U or something, but some more kind of just talk about the notes that I written down and a little bit about that. February 26th is the Spiritual Warfare and Divine Mercy, the book, The Weapon for Our Times with author Father Ken Jasiri. That's the second interview I did today. And I mean, this Father Ken is full of energy. I don't know how he had that much energy still at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, I know it's only Tuesday, but it's like it was crazy how much energy he had, and how passionate he was about divine mercy, and really how much like you should really think about spiritual warfare, but really you shouldn't get beaten down by it, and that was pretty intriguing to me. And then later, March 5th, we'll talk about with Dr. George Saguma is going to be coming back on 2 books on giving God glory. So his 2 books, one is right behind me as you see. The other one is that Walk With Me, the daily devotion one. So we're going to talk about those books. Also, we might have some very, very big news on a very big trip coming with Dr. George this fall if you're interested. So, look into that as well. Ireland, I would say Steve Way is still up in the air for me. I'm not sure if they still have seats left, and we'll, yeah, so that one is up in the air. But listen, Dr. George, I mean, we'll have more info when we record that here in a couple weeks, and then when we release it a couple weeks after that. So, yes. So, that is kind of the shows coming up. Check out our website. Actually, I just brought an idea. Well, a reminder, check out our website, Catholic-table-talk.com, because we have a lot of great stuff. Like I said, I change it probably a couple times a week. Just kind of the alignment of stuff and yeah, changing stuff around. So please check that out. Plus, you can find our episodes as well on there. Also, we have our shop up and going. We actually have connected bank, the account, so you can actually take payments, and that's pretty cool. So it actually does work. The shop does work now officially. So again, there's only select items on there right now, but go to the shop page, shop tab on the website and get some kind of table talk merch. Again, more to come, and it won't be just Catholic Table Talk logo. It's gonna be a few other things as well. So that's gonna be a fun time as well. So yeah, that's and so that's pretty much about the show. I guess a couple of things. I guess one other thing would be the men's conferences coming up around me. I'll be going to a couple of them, so watch out for pictures online. Thank you for the great guests who have partnered with me. Had this idea of selling the merchandise at the conferences. Hopefully, it does go well. For everyone who's partnering with me to sell the merchandise, and a percentage goes back to the podcast. So I appreciate that. Thank you. And hopefully, like I said, we'll have it coming up in the end of February as well as March, I believe, sometime. So a couple of men's conferences for the diocese around here. We're gonna be at promoting the podcast, and it's gonna be a fun time, I think. I will have my brother along to help me out too, so that'll be a very fun time with him as well. So again, that's kind of stuff new with the show. So I think it's nice to talk about that as well. And again, what the thing is like again, I want this to be too a thing that you keep thinking about is what you're going to do for Let, because again, it's basically a week and it's here. Like a week is fat or show Tuesday, and you're basically taking the last donuts and everything, and I'd going out to eat for the last time. So definitely want to make sure you get that figured out, because it's something that can be pretty easy, but then at the same time, if you push it off, procrastinate, it can be very hard to figure out what to do for that. And then 45 days might seem like a long time, but once you finally figure out what you're doing for that, and it's like a week or two in, then you already missed a week or two of growth that you could have done. So again, don't miss out. Start thinking about what you're gonna do for that. And it's like I said, it might be okay to do more and be in the present moment than it is to give up the same stuff or give up a lot of stuff. And again, have good boundaries in that as well. So again, if you have any questions or comments, drop it down in the comments below. If you'd like to join us, join the stream. That is totally fine as well. We'll be on for a little bit longer. So, but yeah, it's been, like I said, it's been uh, it's been busy with the show. And I will say as well, I don't think I said this the first time around about Let. It was that also another thing we're doing for Let is kind of cutting back on the show a little bit. So you're still gonna have the posts, you're still gonna get stuff, episodes pretty much every week besides Holy Thursday. I'm probably not gonna do a show on Holy Thursday or Holy Week. I actually did that last year and it actually turned out okay. Like, there's still a lot of people listen to it. But again, it's the holiest week of the year. It's the holiest time of the year. I probably don't will have a show. I don't know. I feel like it could go either way. You could have a show, you can have a show Holy Week. I just feel like it's the holiest time of year. A lot of people really do, take advantage of it, and they're going to spend more time in church that week, just going to sacraments that week more. Praying for sure more, right? So no show Holy Week. We'll have hopefully a show every one up until then. And like I said, this week you got the live stream, you got the exclusive of National Eucharistic Congress Paul Flake. No, Chris Flake, sorry. And then we have a new episode on Thursday. Is it okay not to like people? So again, big week this week, and then we'll kind of tone it down. And like I say, for Let, it won't be as much stuff happening. Maybe the posts or something. I won't be posting as much. Just regular like new show out today or something. And just be like, just let it go. So, but again, please check out the shop as well online. And it was a long time, and we actually got the shop working. So go check out the shop online. Good evening, Mr. Starr. So hope you're having a great evening. So yeah, I don't know what I think. Man, got the main stuff out. And of course, I want to say thank you again for everyone who's really gotten back to me, like Mr. Hopefully I'm saying your last name right, so there. Is that every time I think about the podcast and maybe it's overwhelming, or if it's very, very thinking like maybe I should, just close the chapter on this chapter in my life, something usually happens and it really gives me comfort and peace. Maybe that's someone telling me how much an episode really hit them. Maybe it's someone telling me that you know their friend in Los Angeles could watch them, and see them online and see how kind of and I mean stuff like that just kind of hits me, and it's like, wow, that is pretty cool. So like that, you're doing great work. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. Like I said, that's what I like. That's what, again, it's not about me. Right? It's not about me. All about me, but it's like I said, with it being more than a hobby almost, it's starting to be almost like definitely like a business. It's good to have that, especially like, I don't know if you ever felt it, like if you feel like you're unappreciated at work and you're basically having the worst day you could possibly imagine. And then someone, maybe it's if you work in a corporate job, maybe it's like the Muffin Man guy, and he's like, he compliments your work, and you're just like, that goes so a long ways. So yeah, I just wanted to say that too. um, I guess we'll also, are we gonna do a show during Let. I mean that is a pos. I mean, excuse me. I'm going to do a show about Let during Let. Yeah, we might do that. It would be like I said after I think the March 5th is what like I said I gave the latest lineup. So March 5th, episode 2 stories, Dr. George. I probably will do one late Let. I'll probably do like the last, maybe I should call it like the last stats or last chats of Let. So it might be like a week before Holy Week or a couple weeks before, just so you have the last chance to maybe turn something around that's not going right during Let. Um, because again, like a week ago, I didn't really have a lot of these guests lined up, and all of a sudden, it's amazing how fast they fall into place. And actually, again, tomorrow I actually have Jennifer from Aguero in Wisconsin, a shrine, I'm assuming Aguero in Wisconsin, talking about Aguero coming up, and we got to sneak her in here as well. So that's what I mean. We'll probably do a show on Let. Yes, I know in the past years we have done a series on Let, and past couple of years actually, and that's really been beneficial. So if we do something like that, it'll only be 2 episodes, and that will probably be like I said, the last couple of weeks during Let. It will be the start of Let, just because um we're doing a lot of other episodes and guests during that thing again. With just taking a little bit of downtime, especially as Let gets going here next week. It'll be we'll see what the next couple of weeks bring. That is for sure. It's been kind of unsteady with you up here in the Northwoods, and we'll kind of see what the next 2 weeks lead. So if you missed anything so far, or if missed the whole thing entirely, don't forget we'll have the automatically goes up on YouTube, and Facebook keeps up there. And I might actually download the episode and go on YouTube as well. So don't forget about that. So, but without further ado, I think we'll close up shop for the night. And like I said, just stay tuned. And also maybe one last thing too is let us know. I know I've kind of did a couple of live stream episodes, but again, this is pretty close to being an episode, but not really. It's just more of an update about Let and other things. But do you like live stream? Episodes? Do you want me to do more live stream episodes? Maybe during Thursday evenings or Wednesday evenings, or what? Let me know that way too, because actually, I do really enjoy live streaming. So if you think live streaming is more the way to go for the show, I'll gladly take your input. So please let me know. So until next time, may God bless you and your family. And I just want to say again, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for your continued support. And keep an eye out for another live stream. Perhaps, maybe during Let, if not after Let, we'll sure have a live stream after Let. Because like I said, I really enjoy it. So let us know if you have a preference, if you want more shows live or not. And actually, it's almost less work for me to do because it's more original. Right? I don't have to edit so much if they are live stream. So that's kind of another reason why I like them. But let us know if we should do more live episodes or not. So until next time, I just was one last thing. I keep saying one last thing, but we gotta thank our sponsor again, Dr. George Saguma, who really helps make this podcast possible with his generous donations and his time, and his invitation that you'll probably soon learn about here in about 3 weeks. Um, drgeorge.com. He's a holistic health and healing medical doctor. Now he lives now in the great state of Texas. He's so lucky, it's beautiful weather down there. And he had to get out of winter, I guess. So I don't blame him. But find more at drgeorge.com. Dr. George, if you're out there listening to this sometime, thank you so much for your generous donations, and may God bless you. And everyone, may God bless you, and we'll see you next time on Catholic Table Talk.